Hey, welcome back. This is Matt Groll, Vista Homes. Glad to have you with us today. Today we're going to talk about the exterior of your home and what type of materials to use. I'll just preface this conversation with there's a million ways you can do this, right? Different things you can put on the outside of your home. We are simply just going to represent some of the basic materials that we're using in this area and in our company based on the types of homes we build. I'm sure I'm going to miss a lot of different things, but here we'll just hit the main stuff in the short time that we have together today. So from the outside of the home, from a wood perspective or surface, how we're going to cover it up, there's materials such as LP siding. So this is a OSB material that's compressed to have a wood pattern to it. It's easy to replace. It's lower cost. It can wear with time. It can have some water issues. So there's some pros and cons with LP. Hardy board is a mason type material, so it's supposedly better in wetter environments. Can be more brittle. So again, it's a kind of another type of siding to consider. Diamond coat is an LP material that has paint enamel baked onto it. So instead of having to repaint your house every, let's say 10 years, you're looking at every 20 years. So that's something you can consider as well. Diamond coat's a pretty cool material. So those are some of the materials from a siding perspective. Got more on the medium to high-end materials. Some of the lower cost materials would be vinyl siding. Vinyl siding used to just come in some very basic formats. Now they're coming out, they have all kinds of different styles you can look at, board and batten and all kinds of shiplap and different vinyl options. Vinyl is a fantastic low-cost option, so if you're looking to save some money and your HOA will allow it through the CCRs, you can put vinyl on the sides and back of the home and maybe not the front. Or if you're looking for a small home and you're just looking to minimize costs as much as possible and your neighborhood will allow it, you can just do vinyl siding on the whole thing. So a lot of options to consider there with siding. Anyway, some pretty cool stuff. So some of the CCRs in the neighborhoods will require rock, or you may want rock on your own accord. So rock, there's two different types of rock. There's an artificial rock where they actually make it and paint it to make it look like rock. There's also the real rock that's sliced to so it's 2 inches thick, and they put that up as well. Both are great products. The real rock obviously is nicer. It is harder to cut, so the installers will charge more to install it, but it just is, the real rock is fantastic, right? Obviously. So it gives you the best look and feel, and you can definitely tell it's real rock. The fake rock's great though, don't get me wrong. It's definitely a low-cost option if you're looking to get some kind of hard material on your home. It does weather well. It is easy to go up, so it's less expensive to put up. It is good stuff. The one downside of this, if you chip a real rock, well, behind the surface that you chip is still rock, so it still looks good. If you chip an artificial rock behind it, you may lose the color, you may lose the texture. So with damage like that, it can be an issue. So just be aware of that. Both of them, they offer certain lines of rock, so you can most of the time come back and get more rock of the same. If you're adding an addition, or if you need to replace something due to some kind of damage, that's an option as well. So the way they install rock is once they get the OSB on the exterior of the home, they put some kind of membrane to waterproof it, and then they put some essentially called meshed metal up, and they'll cover that with concrete, a thin set material, they call that a scratch coat. So they want it to be really rough. So when they put the rock with mortar on there, it hangs on there. So that's kind of the process. So again, weather barrier, mesh wire, scratch coat, and rock. And then they come in and grout the seams. So if you have seams. So some people will have a tight stack rock, so there's no grout seams. Others will span it so you can have grout in between those seams. It's definitely a preference that you can choose, right? Rock can be laid very easily in good weather. If it's not good weather, it becomes very difficult because we don't want that mortar to freeze. We want it to cure. So if we're having to unfortunately rock your home in cold temperatures, we're going to have to spend the money to essentially envelop that whole area and provide heating systems inside those areas. So as you can understand, that increased cost and definitely has an impact on quality to a certain degree. So you definitely, if we can schedule things in your home, we want to not do that. It can be done. I did it on my own home. I understand sometimes you just have to do it, But if we can get your house built and schedule that in warmer climates, that's to everyone's advantage. Another option, as you can assume, is brick. Brick is the all-time standard of just durability and longevity. You can have a nice red brick home and it looks good all the time, right? So, but brick is not cheap to install. Definitely more more costly. So just be aware of that. We don't see a lot of brick homes right now, just primarily due to cost probably, and also that's not really a fad right now, the brick. We are seeing some brick on some very accent walls, the exterior of the home, and they'll come back and painfully paint it. It's hard to see people paint a nice brick wall, but they'll whitewash it or paint it. So that is something we're seeing as well. Let's move to soffit fascia rain gutters. So soffit fascia, soffit's the material that goes underneath your eaves. That can be, it's most likely a metal material. We've also have done some artificial wood, some plastic wood material. It looks really cool. That just depends on what you're trying to do in your home. So that goes around all the eaves of your home, the bottom of your patios, or ceilings of your patios. So there's a lot of options. Well, a lot of colors you can choose from a metal perspective. If you're looking for a wood material, there's tons of materials you can choose. Definitely a way to really pop your house if you're looking for some kind of faux wood. And you can actually do an accent area and a porch if you wanted. So some cool things to do there. Fascia is pretty straightforward. You just have this metal L-shaped material that goes around the fascia board around the whole house. That will match the drip edge. That will match, if you want, the soffit. And most likely it's either a 2x6 or a 2x8 fascia. Some of these lower end homes, you actually see 2x4, but you don't see that very often. But anyways, that just kind of allows the water when it comes off the shingle onto the drip edge and then hit that fascia and run off, or off the drip edge into the rain gutter. So that just kind of waterproofs the edge of your home. So something to consider. And once they put those gutters up, the gutters will kind of hook right underneath that drip edge. So that drip edge kind of cuts into the rain gutter. So the water goes into the rain gutter and then down the downspouts away from the home. So you want to make sure when you finish your home, you get downspouts on to get water away from your home, so that when we have these, here in Utah, we get these rainstorms that come and hit us hard and fast, like a desert climate. And so we can get fast water, really fast. We want to be able to get it away from your home. So even though you don't think we're going to get rain, get those downspouts on, because until you get that landscaping in that can hold some of that moisture, we want to get it away from your house as fast as we can. So anyways, like I said, a million different things to talk about on the exterior of the home. The home that we built in this video series had LP siding around it and rock on the front, and you can see in the videos on this how we built that. So thanks for joining us. Appreciate your time, and until next week. See you.